Alright boys, welcome in. Today we had PPI in the morning. I want to go over exactly every single thing that happened today. What type of entries I was looking for, what type of entries I took. I didn't take an entry, so there you go. I didn't take a trade today. I was looking for multiple positions today. I had two entries drawn out, but I didn't want to take either one of them, and I'm gonna go over exactly why. So, today I was looking at mainly ES and NASDAQ because let me show you this. Let me show you this, boys. If you click on this, you were about to see possibly the worst price action I have seen since I have been trading, bro. Check this out, bro. That is terrible, bro. Literally an hour straight of consolidation. I did have multiple entries drawn out. I didn't have an entry drawn out on Russell at all today. I didn't even look at this index at all today. So let's head back over to NQ. Or I think I was on S&P before, but let's head back over to NQ really quickly. I know you guys see this trade up here. I didn't actually take this. This was just a forecast. I didn't want to take this trade, mainly for the reason that we never ended up at sweeping out. Or mainly I didn't want to take this trade, or mainly the reason why I was looking at this trade, or I didn't want to take this trade, is because we made a lower high, and then based off that I just didn't want to take it, because if you look at let's go back to the S&P here. We didn't sweep this out, and we actually got a S&P, so it was a bearish SMT that we had also, and then we also were trending within a bearish structure. So I didn't want to take that, but I forecasted this trade because right off market open, we had this wonderful, beautiful inverse fair value gap. So let me show you. I'm not sure what it was on because I already erased it. I think it was, yeah, it's just this right here. We had this beautiful inverse fair value gap right here. So I based my entry based off it getting filled. Obviously, it ended up getting filled and disrespected, which honestly I expected after I saw that bearish SMT. So that entry was completely disregarded. Now, the next thing I was looking at today, obviously, this is PPI. We have this giant move here that we had. So I marked out news high, news low. And then also if we go back to the 4-hour now, we also had this move up overnight that I drew out equilibrium for, and we only filled equilibrium past 10 a.m., which I didn't want to take a trade past, and we already swept out liquidity, and I almost took an entry literally like 10 to 5 minutes ago, but I was never able to get it. Now let's go back and let me show you the other entry I was looking at today, and that was actually on ES. So ES looks a little bit different than the NASDAQ today. I mean, obviously that's expected. But if you pay attention here on the NASDAQ, we got something similar. So right here on the 1 minute, we didn't have that fair value gap. But on the 2 minute here on the NASDAQ, on that move, we actually never had an inverse. But now if you head back over to ES, we ended up having this inverse fair value gap. Click the wrong thing. All right. Did we have it? No, I think it was on the... Yeah, all right, right here. So we had this 1 minute inverse fair value gap on ES. Based off that, I wanted to see price retrace into it. I wanted price to come up. We actually had this 5 minute fair value gap as well. Let me show you. We had this one right here. We ended up disrespecting that. I wanted price to respect that. I mean, we came into it, came back down, disrespected it, went straight back to the upside. So we had bullish pressure right here, and it was good. And we also had some form of sell side liquidity taken out, which is that market open low, which I have talked about in the past before. Regardless, price never ended up retracing into this. So we ended up disregarding all of that and then only waiting for news low or news high to get swept out. Obviously, that ended up happening. It ended up happening late. It was right at 10 a.m. ES and NQ both swept these out. So there was no SMT here for today. We also had this 4-hour bullish fair value gap, which is even further in equilibrium based off that bullish move that I wanted to see price retrace into. That would have been a more fire entry. I still think price possibly wants to draw into this point just to fill further equilibrium, but we have already filled that 50% point. So regardless, at this point on ES now, we had this 2 minute inverse fair value gap right here, which actually price came into it, respected it a decent amount, ended up dropping down. Realistically, what have I took in this trade? Let's say I have my entry right here. I mean, on ES, that's like, it's really not much. I mean, I would have realistically just set my stops like somewhere below here. I would probably still be in this position, targeting possibly. This possibly would have been a scalp, just targeting to fill that fair value gap. And then at this point, at 50%, I would have already dragged my stop loss to break even. But that was really like the only thing that I saw today that with great confluence. And that was this is the trade that I was talking about taking 5 to 10 minutes before I got on video, but obviously I didn't take it. I think it ends up playing out here. But again, like, I'm not going to get the fear of missing out, bro. It's whatever, bro. Today was really good of emotions. I was able to stay very disciplined, very, very in control of myself and my actions that I was able to take in front of the screen today. So very proud of myself for that. And we're gonna keep going. We will be back for tomorrow, which is CPI. Again, I'm not sure if we'll take a trade. Hopefully we do, but if the market's not going to give it to me, I ain't going to force it. So it's the same way you guys should be. Hopefully you guys were able to learn something based off this video. If you guys didn't, maybe you guys saw a different perspective today. But other than that, boys, I'll catch you on the next one. Yeah.